Hi, I'm Dwayne Rendell, and I work with organizations, both large and small, to help them operate more securely. And this is my first video of a series that I'm calling 5 Minutes of Cyber, where I pick a topic and try to give you the information you need in less time. And today I've chosen to start at the start, the topic of establishing a cybersecurity function in your organization. So why do I think this is needed? Cybersecurity, while subjective, it's difficult to measure, and professionals tend to overcomplicate the concepts, particularly for non-technical people and decision makers, using acronyms, 70-slide PowerPoint presentations with deep technical detail. And there's so many strong opinions. But for most people and organizations, they just need to get started and continually improve over time. While you may have something in place already, this is also a good place to start in a review of your existing function. So where do we start? Let's start with why it's important. Well, getting this foundation established is going to make you help you make those decisions and able to better measure the value that you're generating or protecting in your reporting. And remembering, reporting can be your friend, not just your enemy. And this agility and visibility can make or break your security posture. Now, there are plenty of frameworks you can use and look around, but I'll make connections to NIST, or the National Institute of Standards and Technology Cybersecurity Framework, which I find is a good balance of easy to remember, yet broad enough to cover an entire organization's technology. Now, the first domain of NIST CSF is govern. Now, while governance sounds less fun than slamming your privates in a car door, it doesn't have to be complex. So starting with the core outcomes this function is meant to achieve. Now, by this, I mean looking at the business strategy, the goals, determining your risk appetite, any compliance requirements, budgets and revenues, roles and responsibilities, including your supply chain, your third parties, the people you work with. So at the highest level, remember, the function is usually there to support the business in making money. So most executives, most board members are going to be looking at things like cost versus benefit and alignment to the business. Is it a need to have, a want to have, or a nice to have? Once you've determined this organizational risk position, then you can work on determining your biggest threats and risks. So, for example, most organizations don't have advanced hacker groups determined to destroy the entire business, but there could be someone hoping to capitalize on a poorly configured website, or an internal staff member, either accidentally or deliberately, leaking information to a competitor or the internet. Once you have these areas documented, this will end up being your North Star, and you'll be able to make decisions that are right for your organization and able to articulate future business cases by aligning to these strategies and these risks. You can also build reporting to relevant stakeholders by focusing on metrics that are important to them and communicating in a language that they understand. So this is the first step in building the function, the governance function. And in the next session, we'll be looking at how do we identify what we're going to protect.